What's up, bro? Walaikum salam. You alright? Morning, Jay. How's it going, guys? Today I am a bit late. Preparation was a bit of a panic, to be honest. So today I've already set out a plan. It's going to be 50% positioning. I'm not going to take 100% positioning today, guys, since I have been away for quite some time. I need to get back on the zone. So being Monday as well, that doesn't help. So I will take my time, guys. I will leave at least 10 minutes before I start pulling any trades, guys. And that's the plan for the day. I'm gonna take it easy, trying to take less trades as less as possible, um, and then trying to take the best setups out there, guys. So today, don't expect too much action from my side. Just need to get back on the zone, guys. Still getting things ready. Remember, guys, I don't trade off the open. If you do trade Monday, could be a bit choppy. Just be careful out there, guys. Cheers. Cheers, bro. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. Markets open. Check that. mRNA. Right, can everyone hear me properly? Yeah. Awesome stuff. That's good. All right, let's have a look. What have we got on the watch list? Anything interesting? Well, FLGC, guys. FLGC is trying to creep back up. It is a big time momentum stock. As you can see, it actually came out of its pennant flag area, that congestion area. Break of 14 was a really good, I think on Friday it was a good trade. So it's got nice momentum, slightly a bit overextended in my opinion. So, and also I was looking at Apple as well, guys. Apple is an extremely really strong area to break out from. So if it does start to carry on, this could be the start of another move up. But then again, Monday, just going to be extremely careful before I start to make my biases. So that's what I see at the moment. AMD is moving along. AMD, by the way, guys, daily looks really good for longs. Today, trying to avoid shorts on AMD, unless it actually clearly gives you signs of weakness. So as you can see, guys, it's done already is pullback, the healthy pullback from this to that. That's probably 40%, 38% retracement, and it's now on its way back up. So AMD looks interesting, but for you to take a long on it, we would rather wait for it to pull back a little bit, give us a cheaper price. Right now it'll be chasing, to be honest. And since SPY is falling, well, not falling but washing off like that, I would expect Apple and AMD to follow suit slightly, guys. So as you can see, AMD is following suit and Apple should slowly follow suit. Apple is relatively strong, guys, compared to if you look at the market, for example, that's falling, that's washing. I mean, um, but Apple, as you can see clearly, it's not much happening there. It's not affecting Apple that much. So what it means is basically, if you were to take long, Apple would be the better choice out there, because the relative strength is on Apple when it comes to. I mean, AMD, yes, it's followed suit, and still compared to the market, AMD is also strong, relatively strong. So AMD and Apple should give you chances to long it later down the line, hopefully. Hood, guys, hood is washing up nicely. Right, guys, this is daily is not, I'm not really keen on the daily, but since you can expect anything from hood and AMC, to be honest, so I'm not too worried about the daily. If it was another stock, I would be extremely concerned because of the daily to take short on, but because it's hood, I will consider shorts if it does give us any setups. Right. What else? Is anybody else watching anything I haven't seen or haven't noticed? Because I know my didn't do my 100% preparation today. Um, but nevertheless, whatever the watch list I have is what I am following at the moment. Wow. SPY. The market is falling a little bit. I mean, I expected that, to be honest. Last week as well, I kept on saying to the guys, I mean, I do expect a little bit of a retracement and a correction on the SPY. So today might be the day. It's already showing sign of retracement. So if it does want to carry on today, I wouldn't expect it to be too much. I would say 442s. That'll be just asking too much from SPY, to be honest. 442s. So I do expect a bounce if it does start to continue to towards 442s, and in fact 443s, even 44350s. So we'll see how it works out. Wow, Apple, as I mentioned, guys, extremely relatively strong. Right over here, SPY was falling. Right over there, SPY was falling, and just kept on creeping up. So that goes to show that it's not going to listen to SPY even if it starts falling. And now what will happen is, if SPY starts to bounce, that will affect Apple a bit more when it comes to bouncing. So Apple will likely bounce much better than SPY does. What else am I looking at? PFE looks interesting, guys. Also PFE. Right over here. So PFE around that 48.20 areas looks quite interesting for a short. I want to see how it reacts in that box there, in that zone that I created, 48.10s, 15s to 25s, that 10 cents box. And if it does reach, and even before that, it's rejecting for before that. Okay, let's be patient with it. This is the only cleanest one I've seen, guys, for a possible short. So keep an eye on this, guys. PFE for a possible short. Now, please remember, guys, if you are going to trade your own, account, make sure you understand the risk behind it. Just because I'm taking shorts doesn't mean that it's gonna work, or I'm giving you advice to short it. I'm just recording my trades, and if anybody else benefits from it, then absolutely great. But you must also understand the risk behind day trading as well, guys. So this is already looking like it's a nice rejection from that little pullback. So this wash might have another continuation. Awesome stuff. What else are we looking at? Space is bouncing. Oh, by the way, I was expecting a little bit of a bounce on space today. Where's my space? Here we go. A little bit of a bounce might come in on space, guys. It's beaten down chart. At least a dead cat bounce like this might come into play. So keep an eye on space for a long. Possible long. I just need a better entries. At the moment I don't see anything, to be honest. But yeah, there is a possibility on a good bounce today on the space. AMD. Again, guys, I mentioned it early. As you can see, Apple is I believe it's all-time highs, yeah. So looking really good for anybody who's longed it in the past. I mean, I usually swing trade Apple in cases like these, especially seeing Friday. I would have probably swing traded it. Thursday, I mean. But I wasn't there, so I just missed on this opportunity. Really beautiful, beautiful area for a swing trade. Anybody right now is too overextended, guys. Wait for, if you're gonna jump in on Apple, I would say it's too overextended. Let it pull back to VWAP area and then give you a nice little congestion area to take the trade from. So that's what I will probably wait for. It's too late now anyways. PFE. We are watching this PFE right about now. Actually, it looks really good. Under 48 is a really good area for a possible short, guys. Keep an eye on this. I am watching this. Under 48 for a possible short. I'm gonna read the tape as well. 48s, yeah, 48s. I'm in, guys. 48s. 48s. Now the stop could be 15 cents, or it could be about 20 cents. Just over there it goes. There it goes. Come on. Let me just arrange this. Under 48 was okay. There's that. Stop. Actually, you know what, guys? I'm gonna put my stop just over the rejection area here, 48.14s, so I don't risk too much. I want this low to get taken out, guys. If it does get taken out, imagine I think we will see a nice little wash off of it if it does get taken out. Right now it's holding, as you can see, but as long as it's staying under 48, I'm happy with this trade. Oh, there you go. It's washing up now. I want to see it wash up to at least 47.70s, maybe even 47.60s. Let's watch this, guys. Yes, I do use Jessica hotkeys. Absolutely. Without hotkeys, I probably will feel like I'm disabled. sorry to say if anybody is like, but what I mean by that is it's just my right hand hotkeys. I can't do without. I've set it up in a way that if I want to take 1,000 shares, it's just one click. Well, sorry, one tap of a button, and whether I want to take it on the ask or on the bid, it's the one tap. I don't need to really sort of keep on changing and this and that. So everything is set up really nicely. That's why you might see me enter something really quick, because I'm already sort of tapping that on the better price. Let's PFE, we want that 4780s to break. Come on, let's break that. All right, here we go. Here we go, PFE. Let's go. By the way, guys, PFE, I do expect a little bit of a bigger move than this for today, but that's just me being biased. As you can see, guys, huge amount of move, overextended, and this day over here, the fourth day, I don't know when that was, Tuesday or Wednesday last week, had a massive red day. That's what I was expecting, and I think I did mention this that day, but today could be another one of those. There we go. Anybody took that, or was it too quick, guys? All right, 4770s. I am seeing 4770s, 67s. There we go. 67s on the bid. 68s. Nice bounce. Right, guys. Stop goes just over 48s, 4807s, 4807s. Now we're risking only like 7 cents. So we've reduced our risk on this trade, and we can take some out right about now. 4766, and waiting for it to break more. 67s. There we go. There we go. I'm trying to get better price, guys. I'm trying to get my exit, guys, for partial. 45, 65, 64, 63. Come on, come on. 60 is very good. 63s, guys. I've got some out on 63s. I just saw a little bit of a strength coming in, a little bit, not huge. That's enough for me to actually take my first partial, and this wash as well. So a really good first partial. I believe from our initial stop, that's at least more than 2 to 1, or close to even 3 to 1. So that's not too bad. That's our first trade Monday. Not looking too bad either. I like it. Sono. Ooh, Sono is looking good, guys. Huge gap up, and it's showing sign of weakness. Sono, by the way, looking good. If you can manage your risk with it, it's sometimes it goes up to about 5 cents spread, sometimes more. Break of this low could be a really good opportunity on Sono, guys. Keep an eye on the break of 4085s. 4085s, the break of that on Sono. Alright, space. As I mentioned earlier, I did miss space, guys, but as you can see, this is kind of, yeah, I just missed it, guys. I did mention it though. I'm looking for a long today on the space, bigger bounce. This is the bounce I was looking at, and probably might give us more as well. But at the moment, I actually missed that entry here on the break of the trend line, or could have been on this bar here, but that's just that's gone. Right, so as I mentioned, Sono, guys, keep an eye on the break of 4085s. What you want to do is, there might be a wick break like these. Wait for it to break below and close below that area, guys. So for me to actually say it's properly broken, we want to break that and stay broken there. Let's check our PFE. How it's doing. It's doing just about fine. I will keep my stop just over 48.05s. I've taken my one partial on it. Right, just a bit of an overextended pullback. Another chance for if it does give me a chance to add, I'm gonna add just under 48, guys. I will start to add on it. The issue is it's a bit of a bigger bounce. I'll just wait on the add a little bit. I want to see if it does want to come back to 48 areas. Right about now, this area is also 47.95s. So let's bring this down. Actually, it is right about there now. 47.95. So I want to see how it reacts from there. It's already rejecting from 90s, so gonna try and add here, guys. I'm gonna try and add 47.88. Okay, let's see what it does with this candle. I want to see how it reacts. This candle, I want to see it close. Okay, it still has some energy left in it to the upside. Okay, 48s, 48.02s, 01s. Yeah, it's getting some momentum, guys. It's getting some friction, so it might take us out on the stop loss there, 48.05s. I'm gonna wait for this to close above, guys. This is my mental stop, by the way, trailing stop. I want to see that close above it. I can't be wicked out of it because I don't have much anyways, but you can keep a hard stop. If you had hard stop, you would have been taken out there. But I want to make sure that it closes above that VWAP up and above that 48. Sometimes it could be just a wick and it does come back under 48s. So that's my plan. Don't have much left anyways on this. About 50% off the original 50%. So about 25% of my position, normal positions. Alright, as you can see, guys, it's what I want this to do is just wake up and then come back down under 48. That'll be a sign for it to stay weak. But if it starts to break that above 48 and start trading like this, then I will take it out, because that's the sign of strength. Right about now it needs to show me that it wants to continue. Okay, I am gonna stop around 48.08s, 48.09s. I'm gonna take it out, guys. If it does take that high out, I will take it out. Yeah, as you can see, 48s are holding, 48s are holding, so I'm gonna put my hard stop, guys, 48.08s. Okay, 47.99. Okay, looking good. Well, if it does come back to 48.09s, I will be out. Still watching. By the way, Sono actually did break down that area I was talking about. Sono. Still watching. PFE. Okay, I'm gonna start adding, guys. 47.98. I'm gonna start adding. 47.98 is what I got. There's still time. Oh, okay, it might be a bit late now. Ooh, that was a good entry. That was a really good re-add. Now, what I saw was over here, guys. I mean, it could come back and take it out. Well, if it does come back and take my stop out, then that just means that, you know, it's a reversal. But what I saw over here, it broke out of 48. It held up nicely in this area. And as soon as it started to show sign of slight weakness on the tape, I re-added on the under 48. 47.98 is the add point. Actually, my average is around 48.99, guys. That's a really good area. It's a really good area. We might have another move down towards the lows. Hopefully, it's going to be quite quicker. I would really like it to be quicker than see, that's not helping. Okay, guys. What else are we looking at? Surprisingly, there has been quite a lot of moves today, guys. Monday, I don't see this often, but quite a lot of moves. 48.08. I'll be out, guys, on this. 48.08. This is clearly showing some strength. Right. What else are we looking at? Okay, so far that 48.06, 07 areas are holding up nicely. So our area is actually this, not the 48 area. As you can see, it's rejecting from there. It hasn't really washed off of that area, so it's not a clear rejection from there. It's just hanging around that area. If it starts to hang around that area, chances are it will break that. What I want is that area to be left alone, especially trading under 47.90s. That'd be nice. So from now onwards, I think, guys, it'll be a little bit of a quiet time after. I mean, what are we into? Half an hour into the open? Yeah, around half an hour. Also, guys, expect this the market to start reversing as well, guys, on Mondays after half an hour. Usually, what happens is this is a reversal pattern, anyways. So expect the SPY to be bouncing a little bit. It might not recover the whole thing, but expect at least that VWAP. There you go. As you can see, a little bit of a bounce. That's clearly reversal pattern for me. And if it does start to bounce, then we've got AMD. That's ooh, wow, relatively weak now. This has changed. Earlier it was showing sign of a really good strength, but now it's extremely weak. So now my bias has already changed on AMD. So I am thinking that this is actually weaker. And then Apple as well, just completely washed off. Um, that that all-time high breakout around 150 was a complete failure. That was a complete failure. So again, this is showing sign of weakness. Very interesting that Apple's daily looked really nice for a long. For breakout traders, that would have been a not such a good trade. That's why I mentioned, guys, earlier here. I said it is overextended. Don't think of longing it unless you get a better price, which right about now is a lovely price, but that daily is not looking good now. That rejection is not looking good. So I'm already changing my bias on Apple, guys. Oh, SPY wants to continue. Okay, so it might actually be a bigger red day than expected. So that 443 is achieved. If that low gets taken out, then 443 might get taken out. Then we will expect that 44250s. But at the moment, it's holding. In my opinion, it's holding nicely. You see over here, guys. I don't have much of a risk. My average is around 48s, 47.99s, and I've got like 10 cents. Even if it does get taken out, I'll still be ahead with my partial here. So I'm okay with that. My hard stop being here, 47.08, 48.08. It just might actually trade around here for a while, and then if it decides to move, start to make a move down, then it might be a bigger move. So it's actually taking a nice little nice little break before it starts to go for another round. Alright, still watching the 48 zone, is just playing around a little bit. I'm just gonna put an alert around 47.85s. If it does break that, then I will look at it. Otherwise, it's gonna take my hard stop anyways, so that's fine. Let me see if I can put some labels. Anyways. We are going into the quiet zone, guys. On Monday especially. I have realized as well, guys, if Monday starts off with a bang, which today it did, expect it to be slowing down quite early. After half an hour it does start to slow down, and this one is gonna almost take us out now, PFE. But as you can see, guys, SPY washed off right off the gate and started to carry on, and it had some momentum. Usually Mondays are not like that. And now I would expect it to be a little bit choppy, guys, because it's going to be quiet. So I will be extremely careful taking trades right now because we're in the middle of that quiet zone. I think on SPY, guys, this might be the low of day. That's why I feel like this area here might be the low of day today. And same goes for Apple. And this here might be the low of day. We'll see anyways. Just as my observation today. But the problem with this is I know this I just don't have a setup that's clearly indicating a long trade here. I wish I had, but I don't, so I'm not going to trade long anywhere. I'm still in PFE. I just want this 47.87 to break for a better trade. I already took off one partial from it. We're talking from 48s to 47.63s. Not a bad partial. Okay, here we go, here we go. Do you want to do that? 47.90s. Just a bit of volume coming in as well, which is good. Okay, looks good. 90s are getting taken out. Some buyers there, not much. It's gonna get taken out. There it goes taken out. Certainly 88s now. Not much there. 88s are getting taken out. There we go. 47.88s. Back again. 88s. These are getting thicker and thicker. 47.89s. But yeah, so there's some volume coming in. So hopefully this is a continuation now. Beautiful. By the way, I missed a really good trades on Hood. I did mention it over here, guys, but that pullback was a nice area to actually take a trade off of. This area here was a really nice area for a short. Right, as you can see, guys, SPY. I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I told you so. I'll say it just for fun. This is the bounce. This was the reversal area. That was the low of the day, at least for now. And so if that's happening, we would expect that Apple to be grinding up a little as well. So 148.50s. Guys, I'm gonna start slow on Apple. 148.58s, 148.58s. I'm gonna start slow. 50 cents risk, guys. I'm longing this long Apple for 148.48s, 58, sorry, 148.58s. I have a low of day as my risk, guys, at the moment. Low of day is the risk. No, not today. I wasn't looking for shorting Apple today at all. Although there was a chance to short it, but I wouldn't have looked for shorts on Apple. What I want to do basically is at the moment I'm starting to take a slight reversal trade on Apple. This is a reversal trade. It hasn't confirmed yet. But what I want to see is just if it does go back down to 148.17s, 148s, this zone here, I will start to add to it if it starts to hold. I mean, if it does go through it, then yeah, I mean, under 148s will be the risk stop out. But again, it's a bigger picture bounce play. Why not shorting Apple? Well, after this, it's very easy to say why not shorting here. But at this point, this daily looked extremely strong. It was making all-time highs. It looked extremely strong. So I just completely sort of decided that no, not shorts today because it did look relatively strong compared to SPY as well. The market was trending lower and this was actually trending higher. Um, I was expecting a little bit of a bounce, retracement like this, but I wasn't expecting that. So still, Apple is Apple, unless something bad news hits it. It should be able to like hold this on. Yeah, it's mostly it was based on daily. The decision was based on daily basically. I saw some momentum on the daily and it looked quite dangerous to short. Yeah, it's a good thing to actually know what you want to do with that stock. It's a really good. If you can't keep it in your head, you can write it down. For example, on your watch list, write it on the side. For example, if you see something strong on daily, say to yourself or write it down. Say, "Oh, I'm not gonna take shorts on it or take longs on it." 60, especially with the bigger names. Apple, by the way, is relatively weak compared to SPY, guys. I want to see how 148s hold. I am very small on it, so I'm not too worried about 50 cents or even a dollar on this because I have started really small. What I will, however, though, is if it starts to show me sign of a reversal, this was early. If it does start to show sign of reversal, okay, that's the wash. Okay, I'm not worried about the wash. I'm not gonna get out on the wash, guys. After this candle, I will decide whether I'm gonna get out or not. So Apple is washing up quite strongly. Let me wash this. Ooh, okay. That's not good, Apple. Right, waiting on Apple. Right, this one, guys, it's a bigger picture as I mentioned earlier. It's I mean, I started quite small, so I am okay with leaving. But it is washing up really strongly, though. on this one, I can hold on to it because I have started very small. It's probably 20% of what I normally take on Apple. So what I can do is I'll wait for another pull reversal sign on it to actually add more. It's kind of like averaging out, but relatively very weak. So just gonna wait on it for a while. So it's given most of it back on that days. No, not yet, Jessica. I'm still in it because as I mentioned, I have started very small on it. I can hold off. I just don't like to get out on the washes, on the reds. So basically, if I do get out here, that just means that I have done the opposite of what I should do. I know it's a bit hard to understand at the moment. If I had gone in with 50% of the positions over here, I would have gotten out on the break of this for sure. But because I had like 20% positioning on it, I left huge room for Apple because is this entry itself, as I was mentioning, is not a confirmed entry. It's too early. So a confirmed entry would be hopefully will be coming on the bounce of 147. Hopefully, I was expecting a bounce of 148 to be honest, but it didn't. So I can hold off, but I will add to it if it starts to reverse. It seems like it is weak, for some reason. There might be news behind it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. On these big names, when I mention like a bigger picture trade, it's usually slow start and bigger stop basically. Um, a bigger picture meaning I am mostly concerned about the daily. What it did was forget about today. Let's say if we forget about today, and if we look at Fridays and Thursdays move, it looks extremely strong. Now that fake breakout happened and then reversed back all the way, almost 50% of that move on Thursday, um, which is a really good area for a discount price for investors on this, to be honest, because it's already showing sign of, you know, it wants to, it wants to sort of go for the highs, all-time highs. Now it might take a while for it to actually do that, but still, I would consider this sort of move a discounted price. So um, it might be a good thing also as well for a swing trade if it does. If I can average out really nice sort of trade around 147.50s, around this area, 148s, 147.50s. If I can average something out, then it'd be nice. Let's see how it reacts at 147s. By the way, our PFE is starting to work. PFE is starting to work. As you can see, guys, that area held really nicely. um, there was a partial area 4760s. This area 4760, same area as before. Yes, on Apple. So my stop is still over 48 here, guys. PFE is working nicely on Apple. See, the thing is with Apple at the moment, I am worried about SPY actually. SPY is coming back with a good strength to the downside. Now, if SPY starts to break this down, guys, it might actually have a good momentum continuation down, which I don't want for Apple. So if this SPY holds, this area on SPY holds, I will hold on to Apple. If that breaks, then I'll have to get rid of Apple, because it could be another move down to 146. Is actually 146 is quite a bit of a move. Yeah, I want to see how a SPY reacts actually at that area. Before it was down, was there a sign of weakness? Before it was down, which one? Apple? Did you mean by Apple or something else? Oh, okay. Yeah, to be honest, sign of weakness, if daily wasn't there, sign of weakness was this break of that the VWAP. See, the thing is, with this kind of move, you expect a little bit of a pullback. So it did pull back. Yes, it's done its job. It tried to bounce here, as you can see, but that bounce never held. And then that wash, this in itself is a sign of basically a bigger reversal move, or a bigger massive pullback move. So yes, there was a sign of weakness on it if we didn't look at the daily of Apple. And obviously, if the daily wasn't there, I would have definitely looked for a short, even around this area here. But because of daily, I couldn't. Having said that, guys, you know, all-time breakouts, when they do break, it sort of holds nicely. So if it did break 150 and held nicely, and then came back down to 150s, that area would have been a nice sort of pullback entry long. But because it didn't hold, that in itself is also a sign of weakness, for sure. So this area here, 147s, is what I'm looking at Apple, and as well as on SPY. SPY, this area here, guys. And it seems like SPY is quite weak. This might be a bigger red day than I actually anticipated. But if this holds and it starts to reverse back again, this might be a nice little double bottom reversal, but it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Apple is actually so weak, showing sign of weakness. 147s. 147s are holding. Right, guys, I'm gonna add some on Apple. 147.25s. 147.25s. Guys, this is another way I manage it. This is my if you haven't taken anything, if you don't understand scaling in or averaging in, don't take anything on it, because I know I've started very small and I can average in to get my average better. But if you don't understand that, don't trade it at all, because this is a bigger picture sort of trade. In fact, kind of like day trade slash swing trade kind of setup. So just leave it alone, watch how it works, and then if you do sort of work on these kind of sort of setups or strategies, then yeah, you can start taking these, but I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. So it's breaking the 47s. Right. Okay, wants to wash under. That's a clear sign of the break. 87, 86 is okay. I'm looking at SPY. SPY is holding this area here. Alright, SPY is also trying to break that. Could see another potential move down on it. So my average around 447, 148s. My average is around 148s. Alright, 147s. 147s held. So it's trying to bounce towards 147s, and that 147's holding, which is not a good idea, which is not really good for longs. What it's telling you is it wants to continue down. So although I can average in at 146, daily is on this one, guys. What I will do, however, is on this area here, around this area 146, I will add more. That'll give me a nice little position to actually average out around 147.50s, something like that, 147s. So my average will be 147, and then if depends on how 146 holds. If it starts to hold nicely, then my stop will be under 146, because when I add that around 146s, that'll be about not full position, but something close to it. So that'll be from the average, it'll be a kind of like a dollar move, dollar stop, a dollar stop. So now it's going down. FLGC. 147's held nicely, as you can see. This might have another move down, guys, towards 146.50s and 146 even, right here. But I'm sticking to it, guys. It's a bigger picture move for me, bigger picture trade for me. So I am sticking with this trade. I'm not coming out of it unless it starts to break down this area here, 146s. I have left a huge room for me to add on this. So we're gonna have to wait on Apple's move, guys. It might give us some bounces later on. We'll have to wait on that. I think it will take a while for it to start to reverse and bounce. But we have PFE, very slow. What I expected to do is, I just couldn't take anything off here, guys. That was the area where we should have taken some out. 47.60 is the second one, and then maybe we couldn't do anything with the stop, to be honest. It's still a good area to put the stop over 48s. I'll say still keep it at 48.08. Yeah, looking good. PFE is looking good. If it does start to move another round, this low might get taken out, but this low 47.50 is a problem. So I'll keep an eye on that. This is what I'm looking at. Okay. So right, guys, anybody watching anything interesting? At the moment I see very quiet time coming into the market. There are few ones that's moving. Out of those, FLGC, where's FLGC? Well, FLGC, yeah, it's showing sign of really weakness. As you can see, guys, straight away looking at it, I see this. Really, it's just broken out of that pennant or flag, and this wash is clearly showing you that, yeah, it wants to go down. Also, as you can see, guys, huge move up, and expect quite a bit of retracement on it. So yeah, TVTX. TVTX, Jessica, it's an all-day grinder, all-day fader for me. Even if it does pull back, that area around VWAP 1950s will be a problem. So for me, looking at it technically, I would not expect it to bounce that much. But if it does bounce, it needs to break that 20. If that 20 doesn't get taken out, then it will be a fake bounce, and any pop on this will get shorted, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Yeah, I had a nice climb. But the thing is, with these gappers, you have to really sort of, if it starts to climb back up just before the open, and it doesn't really sort of carry on, that's one big sign for you, basically. Yes, everything happened in pre-market, now it's all priced in or whatever. Now a lot of people will start taking profits. That's when you get to see this. And it's this candle in itself, if I was watching it, to be honest, would have actually given me a hint that yes, it just doesn't want to take that high out, and there's no momentum on it, and it's basically showing sign of weakness. So I would have actually avoided longs on it, maybe even look shorts right about there. Okay, ENLV short, ENLV. Yes, I think Jay, this is also a fader. Honestly, it's a fader. It looks. Um, I don't have a setup for this. I wouldn't have traded this, but looking at this, um, I'll just, yeah, you're probably in the right trade. Average is 1260. 1260s. Actually, 1260s is an excellent area for you to put your stop. With these ones, however, if they do start to break out, Jay, they could run really badly. So trying to have at least 1260s your break-even stop as a hard stop. You don't want to sort of stay in too long. But as I said, you know, if I was in from 1260s, I'll be okay with it. Definitely. Stop on break even. You don't need to do anything. Put your hard stop on break even and just let it run. Now with this one, there might be some pops, but that I think will get shorted anything under a VWAP. So yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, that's cool. I have Jessica. I have like five scanners, not five scanners, five scanning variables that needs to that brings me these watch lists. Uh, Mostly is to do with momentum scans. Basically, I want yesterday's. So if a stock is moving today, what my scanner picks up is any stock that has moved previous day or previous week. So it's very simple actually. I can maybe even share it with you guys later on. It's an extremely simple scanner. I use FinViz as well for that. No fancy scanners. I can use actually trade Thinkorswim, but I actually prefer FinViz. So oh yeah, absolutely. It's a free scanner, FinViz. Uh, Let me just show you actually while we are actually quite calm here. Right here, for example, I mean, can you see this, guys? Yeah, for example, I mean, red, my red scanner. This is FinViz. If you go to this website, you wanna bookmark this website. It's amazing because even if you wanna, for example, let's say a stock is moving and you don't know why is it moving. Well, you can go to if you click on SESN, for example, and then you can read the news over here at the bottom. You will start to, okay, SESN, why is it moving? They will usually be updated here on the top. Quickly you can have an idea of why it's moving. Plus you can have your screeners here, for example here. So at the moment I'm showing the red scan that I have. In these I've got these variable, whatever yellow you see here is the one that I have changed. The rest I left it alone. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 or 5 variables changed on it. So these are the variables as you can see. And then if you look at it, SESN, it will show you the weak stocks basically. SESN, remember on Friday I think it made a blunder. I'm not too sure. Was it Friday or Thursday? I'm not too sure. Wish, weak stock. So red stock, as you can see on the dailies. That thumbnail that you see, if you hover over the name, That's actually the daily chart. It gives you a nice little idea of how the daily looks, which is amazing. For me, I don't need to look at zoom in daily. All I need to see is what I see right there to be interested in a stock. So something like this could actually be really useful if you get used to it. Right, so we have got PFE, by the way, is climbing back up really slowly. This is creeping back up over 48s right about now. 48s. If that doesn't hold, then it could be a start of a nice little move up. So what I want over here is this area here holding nicely. Now if it doesn't, then I'm okay with that stop getting taken out, because it's not much over around 10 cents I think from my original entry, not even 10 cents. So that's your PFE update. Right, I also today, I didn't mention it earlier guys, I wanted to talk about one very important things for people who are beginning this trading journey. I wanted to talk about the first steps that you guys need to take to get into trading, and also realize whether it's for you or not. So if you, I mean, at the moment we are a bit quiet, not much is moving, so I can actually talk about that. Now, there are quite a lot of steps to actually getting started to become a day trader. The first step today, I will be talking about that, which is however you want to call it, but I call it like self-assessment. Okay, it's an assessment of yourself. So this basically should give you an idea. If you complete this step and be honest with yourself, it should give you an idea whether day trading is actually for you or not, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about. If I can, I want to have a bigger, let me just look up here. Right guys, so let me try to write this down. Step 1, self-assessment. Right. Okay, let's talk about that. And I probably will record this and maybe post a short version of this. I'll probably take it out from the live stream. But before you go into trading anything, before you even think about trading, day trading, you want to ask yourselves quite a few questions. There are a lot of actually, let me just move this. I can't. Right. Just give me a second, guys. Right. So, what is self-assessment? First of all, you have to understand the reality behind day trading, guys. There's a lot of education companies out there, a lot of gurus, furus, whatever you want to call them, that makes it sounds really, really attractive. The reality is really actually very far from it. Um, Whatever you hear from them, if it does sound like something like, oh, you can turn 1,000 pound into a million, or 10,000 or whatever, you can actually your you can start day trading full time with a, let's say, $5,000 or $1,000 account. That's just completely giving you a wrong impression of day trading, guys. It's almost impossible. I'm not saying there might be one in a million who might have done from 1,000 to 10,000, but that is extremely rare cases, guys. Generally, that's not true, and you want to first of all get yourself familiarized with the reality of day trading. Well, what is the reality? Reality is basically you're gonna put in the work. Simple as that. If you ever think that this is gonna come in easy, you're in the wrong business, guys. It's just like any other business. Um, if you were to, let's say, for example, have a business of running a restaurant, you know, you wouldn't be running that restaurant slacking off, not doing the homework, not doing your numbers. um, you are going to put in as much time as possible um, in that business. Well, it's exactly the same, if not even more, sort of uh, competitive, this business. So you want to ask yourself, are you ready to put in hours and hours and hours of chart work, for example, hours and hours of study, hours and hours of learning, days and months of learning, in fact? And are you able to commit yourself to that much hard work without even confirming or guaranteeing that you will actually be successful in, let's say, for example, in the next year? Yes, if you do go through all these hurdles and hard work and constant homework and learning, eventually you'll get there. But the road is not as easy as you might think. This is coming from someone who's been trading for a number of years, guys. Um, and trust me when I say this, it's not easy. It is not easy, right? So, are you able to also ask your question? Are you able to give yourself at least few years without expecting too much from yourself, right? If you are expecting something like, oh, I'm gonna study my ass off for this year or for the next 6 months. See, the thing is, with trading, you might be practicing 16 hours a day. So you might be looking at the chart 16 hours a day, but you're not actually training your mind to be a trader 16 hours a day. You're just looking at the charts. The real training actually comes from the real trading itself. For that, you need to have real money in the market for you to actually have that training, psychological training. So that's why I say at least few years are you able to give yourself. I mean, it doesn't have to be full time. It can be on the side. Obviously, you would want to have something on the side, a job, or something that covers your bill. But if you can't give yourself that much amount of time, then maybe consider something else, like maybe even like investing, right? And maybe even swing trading. That's slightly easier version of trading, I would say. But if the answer is yes, yes, I am committed enough. I am gonna give this time. I'm fully 100% committed to whatever the time it takes, because eventually I know that it'll be worth it. Then you've answered that question, really. And having answered that question, at least you will now know that any mishap or speed bump you come across, you will realize that it is part of the deal. It's actually not something unexpected. You expected that, right? So it's easier to deal with speed bumps if you understand the reality, right? But I have seen a lot of people going into trading, going into it extremely with a really bad expectation, really unrealistic expectations, to be honest. And then after a few months, even 6 months or a year down the line, they will give up because they just went in to trading with complete fake expectations, right? So do understand the reality behind trading, guys. Self-assess yourselves. Are you able to answer these questions? Are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to put in the work for a number of years? Are you willing to learn and keep learning and never stop learning, right? And are you a kind of person that actually gives up very quickly? If you are, I have to be honest, all that much work you're gonna put, guys, eventually, if you have that character, for example, you give up easily, then it will force you. A lot of situations will come along and along the route that will force you to actually stop, and that will be such a waste of your months and months of training, learning, and all that. So think about it, guys. It's take some time and ask yourself what sort of character you are. Are you really extremely committed? um, is this worth everything to you? If it's not, um, then how are you gonna continue if there is a speed bump? How are you gonna? So these questions need to be answered. There's a lot of other things, like for example, are you financially able to continue trading, or continue learning to trade? Because learning to trade is going to cost you time. That in itself is actually a big investment, in my opinion. So are you able to put in that investment into yourself, right? So do ask your questions and answer them with honesty. Be honest with yourself, guys. If you're not, then you are just basically tricking yourselves in the long run, right? Um, what else I was gonna speak to? So that's self-assessment. Do your self-assessment properly, guys. Do not cut corners, and answer your questions with honesty. And if you do answer them, if you do say that, for example, oh, I probably won't be able to um, fail this self-assessment, then by all means, that's fine, guys. You've done the right thing. You've made a really sort of genuine decision, and you were honest with yourself. Even if you think that there's too much work, then yeah, maybe it's not the right thing for you. And knowing that could actually open you up for other opportunities in life, right? So self-assess yourself properly. Ask these questions. Most important question is, what is the reality behind day trading? And understand the reality behind it, and also tell yourself or ask yourself whether you are able to deal with that or not, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about. What can I just wanted to write a few things here, but I already explained it. But let me just write it. So questions to ask. Right. So one of the questions you want to ask is, yeah, this is what I explained earlier. Are you able to devote yourself for months, even years, to get to a point where you will actually see some results? Now, this doesn't actually mean you will start to be profitable. What you will see is progress on your side. You will start to be much better in looking at the charts and analyzing things and preparing yourself for the trade. So overall, generally, you will start to see results and progress. Okay, but are you, devoted enough for these things to happen? It could take months and years. So that's what you want to answer. And then we have same thing. Are you committed enough to continue? This is not just to do, it's continue to do your homework, learning, and working on yourself on a daily basis. So this, right, that's the second question you want to ask yourself. Right. And also you must understand trading involves risk as well, guys. So what that means is, are you okay with the possibility of losing your hard earned money? Sorry about this, I'm writing it on the chart. I should have started with the top, but you get the idea, guys. There's quite a few more questions you can ask, but generally it's the time. uh, it's very important to understand that it's going to take a while. It's going to take huge amount of time, and once you are okay with that, then it becomes slightly easier and you don't have a lot of huge expectations. Right, so once you answer these questions with a yes, then you are ready to move on to the next step, right? So that was the step one. Self-assess yourselves, guys, and make sure you get yourself a nice result from that, an honest result. It has to be an honest result, guys, not just the one that you can just like trick yourself into thinking that yes, I can do it, where you know you clearly know that something is not it's not easy for you. Right, sorry, I got rid of it. But you can always go back to the stream, guys, and maybe take a snapshot or watch the recordings of the stream. But yeah, that's the first step. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk about the next step. Once you have answered all the questions, we will go into the next step, which will be to get a nice platform that you can trade on, that you can start to put some trades on. Um, a lot of people would say learn some basics, learn the technicals, learn the indicators. I would say while you're actually working on demo trading or paper trading, you will eventually learn those indicators anyways. So instead of wasting time, do them all together so that you can benefit, you can be more efficient. So tomorrow maybe I'll talk about step 2, which is to what do we do next? Um, what do we do next if I decide to actually go into this whole journey, right? So hopefully I will record the stream as well for tomorrow, then make a nice little short video about that whole thing, or maybe a separate video. I'll see. Anyways, that's all, guys. Any questions on that? If you have, I am here to answer. If not, then I'll just call that a day. Yeah, I mean, that's 20% could be huge as well. Ideally, that's a bit of too much of a risk. But again, you know, everybody is different. As I mentioned, you have to know your character. Some people are actually really good at risking things. So some people are actually very conservative. Some people very aggressive. So it depends on your character as well. Let's have a look at our no worries, anytime, buddy. Anytime, you're more than welcome. More than welcome, guys. Uh, I want to make a series of videos. I just haven't gotten time to do it. I will make these steps of beginning as a day trader, kind of little series of these. So maybe I'll be a little bit more clear on that. I just wanted to share it because there are some questions asked from me on where to get started and how to get started. Um, the reason why I wanted to share this is because a lot of people are going into this business with real unrealistic expectations. That's why I wanted to make it clear so that they don't. So I think it's extremely an important step. A lot of people don't even take self-assessment. I don't think anybody teaches that. You know, a lot of people are actually not avoiding this whole thing because they know that if they start to be really real and genuine with the students, the half of them will not take the courses. You know, so if you do enroll in a course, they will never ask you to do self-assessment. Even if they do, they will probably be a bit fake on it. That's why I wanted to share it. Hope it helps you guys. If you have any questions on that, then yeah, let me know on the stream. But anyways, let's get back to business. Okay, SPY is so that was not low of the day. This probably is the low of the day, hopefully. Now it's reversing off of this VWAP. Reversing off of that VWAP, I see this area looks like a nice little reversal pattern, but for that to confirm, we want to 44360 is to break and start trading above it. So basically above a VWAP, right? At the moment, I still think it's iffy at the moment, right? What about Apple? Apple has a nice little reversal pattern here, definitely for sure. We have got, yeah, I wanted to take some at 160s. It never reached there, guys. I wanted to put some more in there, but that's fine. What I would expect Apple to at least bounce back to VWAP, and if it does, then we'll see. But it's slowly starting to reverse. That's a clear reversal pattern for me. So Apple is looking good. And where's our PFE? No worries, Jessica. Have a good one. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow in the live room. Right, PFE over 48s. I will come out of it over 48s. In fact, I'm gonna tighten my stop around 48.02s. If it does hit that 48.02, guys, I will come out of PFE. PFE looks like a nice little momentum continuation to the upside. It seems like a nice little long, actually, to be honest. If it starts to break that 48, it could be a nice long, guys. Alright, 48's breaking. Let's have a look. 48 is about to break. But the thing is, at the moment, we are in the quite a bit of a chop zone or quiet zone. I don't usually trade at this time. So I will keep an eye on my trades that are running at the moment, guys. So I will manage it. Seems like PFE wants to take our trailing stop out, which is fine. I'll say about I've got a risk of 3 cents on it. 3 cents. Okay, I'm out. 48.02. I'm out, guys. So right about here, 48.02s. And this has been a good trade. Nevertheless, we've got a really nice partial here from this entry, and then we've re-added back here, pretty much on the same area where we entered, and then about 3 cents, 3 cents stop on that. TVX is just grinding down, as mentioned early. It's a all-day fader today. Looks like an all-day fader. FLGC, I don't know. ENLV. Yep. J. I mean, quite slow, but yeah, all-day fader looks like it. 1160s now. If it does break, just remember that that low 1150 is quite a bit of a strong area. So I hope you took some out. 1150, 55s, 54s. Hope you took some out. If you haven't, definitely take some out. By the way, hood is coming back up. Seems like a nice reversal pattern here. 4820s. Right, guys, I am gonna be ending the stream. I don't see much, but this over here, hood, looks interesting because I am expecting a little bit of a bounce on this. Daily has been really weak over the last 2 weeks, I would say, or 10 days. Especially last week, it was complete weakness, never bounced back. The only time it tried was Friday. I wasn't here, but it did try to bounce, but it couldn't. So now I'm expecting a little bit of a bounce on it. This reversal here, bringing some volume over 48s, looks like a good long entry. If you're going to take this, you want to stop, your aggressive stop would be under 47.90, and more conservative stop would be 47.60s. So as you can see, here it goes. First partial, ideally 48.70s, and then 49s, and then let the rest run. That's how I will look into it. That's the only thing I see at the moment. Right, back to our longer term or bigger picture trade here. Apple basically slightly reversing off, so I'll keep an eye on this on the side. And if it does start to, which is highly unlikely, if it does start to come back down to 146, I will add some more into it. Just over 146, around 146, 15s, 10s, those areas. Because I am willing to swing this as well, guys, because it's a much better discounted price that I've gotten in. This was a little bit early for sure, but this price and 146 will be nice area for add. So that's pretty much it for that. I don't really see anything else. It's really quiet, so I'm not gonna get chopped around in the quiet zones, guys. As I did mention, hood is going for it slowly, but that is the reversal that I was looking for. Over 48s. Now you can stop. You can go just below 48s, 47.90s, 47.85s, and then it's already reaching that first partial area, 48.70s, right? And then the second partial would have been around 40 and 49s. So if you guys don't have any questions, I will be off. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. I am at the same time today. I got a bit late, guys, but tomorrow 9:15 EST sharp will be going live. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one and stay safe out there. Ciao.